Options trading is one of the most versatile tools available in modern financial markets, yet it's also one of the most misunderstood. Some people see options as highly risky instruments meant only for professionals. Others see them as shortcuts to quick profits. The truth lies somewhere in between. Options are neither inherently good nor bad. They are tools, and like any tool, their effectiveness depends entirely on how well you understand them and how responsibly you use them. In this video, we're going to take a deep and structured look at options trading. We'll explain what options are, how they work, the difference between buying and selling calls and puts, key terminology, benefits, risks, and a few common strategies, all in a clear, beginner-friendly way. If you're new to options or want a solid foundation before diving deeper, this video is for you. What are options? At the most basic level, an option is a financial contract. It gives the buyer the right, but not the obligation, to buy or sell an underlying asset at a predetermined price on or before a specific date. The underlying asset is usually a stock, an exchange-traded fund, or an index. That phrase, right but not the obligation, is critical. Unlike futures contracts or owning shares outright, an options buyer is never forced to exercise the contract. If the trade doesn't work out, the buyer can simply let the option expire. Options exist because they allow traders and investors to manage risk, generate income, and express market views in more flexible ways than simply buying or selling stocks. There are only two types of options: call options and put options. Everything in options trading is built from these two basic instruments. Let's break them down one by one. Call options, explained. A call option gives the buyer the right to buy the underlying asset at a specific price, known as the strike price, before the option expires. Traders typically buy call options when they expect the price of the underlying asset to rise. Example of buying a call option. Imagine a stock is currently trading at $100. You believe the stock will rise over the next month. You buy a call option with strike price $105, expiration 1 month, premium $3 per share. Since options contracts usually represent 100 shares, the total cost of this option is $300. If the stock rises to $115 before expiration, your option now has intrinsic value. You have the right to buy the stock at $105 while it's trading at $115. If the stock stays below $105 and expires, the option becomes worthless, and your maximum loss is the $300 premium you paid. That limited downside is one of the key attractions of buying call options. Selling call options. When someone buys a call option, someone else must sell it. Selling a call option means you are obligated to sell the underlying asset at the strike price if the buyer exercises the option. There are two main types of call selling: covered calls, naked calls. Covered call example. Suppose you own 100 shares of a stock currently trading at $100. You sell a call option with strike price $110, premium received $2 per share. You collect $200 up front. If the stock stays below $110, the option expires worthless, and you keep both the shares and the premium. If the stock rises above $110, your shares may be called away at $110. You still keep the premium, but your upside is capped. Covered calls are often used to generate income on stocks you already own. Put options, explained. A put option gives the buyer the right to sell the underlying asset at a specific price before expiration. Traders buy put options when they expect the price of the underlying asset to fall. Example of buying a put option. Assume a stock is trading at $100. You believe the stock may decline soon.
You buy a put option with strike price $95, expiration 1 month, premium $4 per share. Your total cost is $400. If the stock drops to $80, your put option gains value because you have the right to sell the stock at $95 while it's trading much lower. If the stock stays above $95 and expires, your maximum loss is the premium paid. Put options are commonly used both for speculation and for protection. Selling put options, meaning you are obligated to buy the underlying asset at the strike price if the buyer exercises the option. Cash secured put example. A stock is trading at $100. You sell a put option with strike price $90, premium $3 per share. You collect $300. If the stock stays above $90, the option expires worthless and you keep the premium. If the stock falls below $90, you may be required to buy the stock at $90. However, because you received $3 in premium, your effective purchase price becomes $87. Cash-secured puts are often used by investors who want to buy stocks at a lower price while earning premium income. Buying versus selling options, key differences. Understanding the difference between buying and selling options is critical. Option buyers pay a premium upfront, have limited risk, need the market to move in their favor, are affected negatively by time decay. Option sellers receive premium upfront, have higher or unlimited risk in some cases, benefit from time decay, profit if the option expires worthless. Buying options is often directional and speculative. Selling options is often probabilistic and income-focused. Important terms used in options trading. To trade options effectively, you must understand the language. Let's go through the most important terms. Strike price, the price at which the option can be exercised. Expiration date, the date on which the option contract expires. Premium, the price paid or received for the option. Contract size, typically 100 shares per contract. In the money, an option with intrinsic value. Out of the money, an option with no intrinsic value. At the money, the strike price is close to the current stock price. Intrinsic value, the real value of the option if exercised immediately. Time value, the portion of the option's price based on time remaining and volatility. The role of time and volatility. Options are unique because their value is affected not only by price movement, but also by time and volatility. Time decay, also known as theta, works against option buyers. As expiration approaches, options lose value if the underlying price doesn't move enough. Volatility represents how much the market expects the stock to move. Higher volatility increases option premiums. Lower volatility reduces them. Understanding these forces is essential for consistent options trading. Benefits of options trading. Options offer several advantages when used correctly. First, flexibility. Options allow traders to profit from rising, falling, or even sideways markets. Second, defined risk for buyers. When buying options, the maximum loss is limited to the premium paid. Third, capital efficiency. Options allow traders to control large positions with relatively small capital. Fourth, income generation. Selling options can generate regular income through premium collection. Fifth, risk management. Options can be used to hedge portfolios and reduce downside exposure. Risks of options trading. Despite their benefits, options carry real risks. Time decay can erode option value quickly. Incorrect position sizing can lead to rapid losses. Selling options without understanding risk can result in large drawdowns. Emotional decision-making and lack of discipline often hurt beginners. Options are not forgiving to traders who treat them like lottery tickets. Education and risk management are non-negotiable. Basic option strategies. Brief overview. There are many option strategies, but a few are commonly used by beginners. Buying calls and puts, used for directional trades based on bullish or bearish views. Covered calls, selling calls against owned stock to generate income. Cash-secured puts, selling puts to potentially buy stock at a lower price. Protective puts, buying puts to hedge downside risk on existing positions. Each strategy has its own risk profile, reward structure, and ideal market conditions.
Final thoughts. Options trading is a powerful skill when approached with discipline and proper understanding. They are not shortcuts to guaranteed profits, but they are valuable tools for traders and investors who respect risk and focus on long-term consistency. If you're new to options, start slow, trade small, and focus on learning rather than profits. For a detailed breakdown of different option strategies, including when to use them and how risk is managed in each one, make sure to watch our next video, where we dive deeper into strategy-specific examples. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone interested in learning options trading. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.